Good morning everyone. Welcome to Dhanu's YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Astra, the daily current affairs from the Hindu as far as UPSC is considered for prelims as well as for mains. Let's start. Before that, I wish everyone a happy Vinayak Chaturthi. So let's look at this one. Congress Working Committee has held its meeting yesterday, and this was the thing that they have promised. So whether freebies do work in a country like India or not, yesterday Sonia Gandhi announced in Telangana for the upcoming state elections, Mahalakshmi scheme, where every woman will receive 2,500 rupees per month, gas cylinders for 500 rupees, for 500 and free travel. So this was a great scheme which was announced for women of Telangana. As a right to Bharosa, they are going to get 15,000 for farmers and tenant farmers, 12,000 farmers for agricultural laborers, and 500 rupees bonus for paddy crops. Next, Gruhat Jyoti, 200 units of free electricity for all. And then Indramma Illu Pathakam, Yuva Vikasam, and Cheyuta. So these are the 6 schemes which was announced by Srimati Indira Gandhi in her yesterday's Abhaya Hastam plan of Congress. We have to wait and watch how it is going to work in the upcoming elections. Now, what is important here is going for this, because it appears that Congress is highly dependent on the welfare schemes to come back to power after seeing its power in Karnataka. So, by looking at Karnataka state election results, more or less they are going in the similar path of giving freebies or announcing populistic schemes during the times of elections. Whether this populistic schemes is going to have some advantage or going to create some burden on the state exchequer, that is what the discussion is. And second thing is, during election period, how political parties try to come to power. For PSIR students, you can understand in that way. So these are the things that you have to understand from it. Next, let's go to the print page. Learning never ends. This you can use in essay writing. Recently they have asked an essay. Education is what is left with you once we have forgotten what everything is learnt in schools. Right, that was the essay which was given. As far as Albert Einstein's statement is concerned, that is the thing. So holistic education is the thing. Now, holistic education as learning is never-ending process. So in this, you will get some clues about how education should be. So please try to understand this. It will be useful in essay writing. It will be useful in ethics answer writing, because we have educational institutions in ethics. So you will get some ideas as far as this is considered. Which learning you should have? Skill-based learning facilities are important. They encourage individuals to become solution seekers and put the individuals at the center of knowledge acquisition. So this is what we want. This is the education. So read this article, guys. It is going to give you some inputs into education as far as education answers are considered. Now, as far as learning never ends, what does this mean? Those who learn will never become old, and they are young always. So people who learn are the people who are the leaders, right? Leaders learn and they lead the nations. That is the thing. Please read that. New parliament to host a session from tomorrow. So in the new parliament session, we are going to have sessions. Now this is the thing that we have discussed already. On 19th of this special day, the first day of the special session will be held in the old building today, with MPs moving to the new building on the second day. Many parties demand that the women's reservation be cleared. So this is what the discussion is, right? So just remember the heading, no need to go into depth. We'll look at what are the results of that. Center plans to recall Rapid Action Force from Manipur. My dreams is to see Congress in Telangana, says Sonia Gandhi. So this is all related to the state news, so not important, leave it. So let's directly go to the editorial page. Crafting a new chapter in the India's parliamentary conduct. India's parliamentary democracy can be saved if the government and opposition come together on basic matters. Practices in the House of Westminster could offer solutions. So please have a look at it. Everyone has to read this, because what are the challenges in the in India's parliament, or how to overcome this? So India's parliament, what are the challenges and how it is different from the Westminster form of government, and what are the solutions that you can expect for the challenges that you have in the Indian Parliament. So this was written by Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who is a good Democrat and who has written many books on this democracy as well as parliamentary system of government in India. So you can read this article. So please read that. You will understand it is simple politics or simple Indian polity article. Testing times. This is about the latest trade results. August foreign trade numbers are worrisome, yet they are some are hopeful. So no need to remember each and everything. So just look at the balance of payments. What is balance of payment? What are the components of balance payments? What are current accounts? What are capital accounts? Only for prelims. That is important. No need to remember the data which is here. So this is related to balance of payments article. You can test your economics subject as by going through that article, right? Sanctions for change. Now, recently, this is speaking about the sanctions that the US adapts towards some countries which it feels that they are not following the global order. And this is speaking about the sanctions that USA has kept on Iran and whether this has helped Iran at any cost or not. Now, what this editorial is saying is the sanctions that USA has kept on Iran didn't work well because not only it has derailed Iran from the so-called economic crisis, from the so-called economic progress, but it has also resulted in economic crisis. And the recent death of Masha Amini has created some social turmoil in the state. Particularly, this was followed by social upheaval. As a result, more or less, Iran, we have no change. Democracy is slowly fading away in Iran. So the sanctions that USA has kept is making the country to go from bad to worse. That is a solution. That is the thing that this article has carried. So you can have a look at these things. Please read this article. It will be helpful on whether sanctions do really work in a country like Iran or in the world in order to bring a country back into its democratic norms. Obviously, that is not going to work. That is a solution. That is not the solution for any problem that we have seen. So please read this. This one is a must to read. Shashi Tharoor articles is a must to read. Next one is India is at the pivotal moment in the healthcare journey, writes the Apollo chairman, Mr. Pratap Reddy. Right? So, in order to understand how the healthcare system in the country is, you have to read this. So, please have a look at. If you are interested, you can read it because he has spoken about artificial intelligence. He has spoken about life expectancy. Next, India is a hub for pharmacy, non-communicable diseases which are on the rise. What is the solution for it? So he has spoken about some in-depth analysis of the healthcare system in the country. Right, healthcare is very important for our UPSC. So you'll get some inputs into this. Have a look at it. Next one, assessing the outcomes of Z20 summit. Out of all the things, this is a must to read because it is written by Rajiv Bhatia. So whenever the article is written by him, you have to go and you have to read this. So what is the summary here? The summit has been a major political and diplomatic success for India's G20. So which means G20 has really worked for India. So why it was worked? They have given the solutions. So please go through it. So what are the articles that you have to read? The first article that you have to read is Raju Bhatia's article, followed by sanctions for the change. Third one, healthcare. Fourth one, parliamentary system. These are the four articles that everyone has to read from today's newspaper. Export ban and stock limits. Are they working? Why this export ban has happened? In order to control inflation in the country, export ban has been done. Now, recently they said that there was no substantial change due to this export ban. Maybe in the upcoming months, this export ban might work in order to bring back the inflation into its targeted range of 2 to 6%. Committed to help artisans, says Prime Minister. He unveils 13,000 crore scheme. Please know this scheme. This is important. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in order to uplift this, he has started one scheme known as Pradhan Mantri Vishwakarma Yojana. Now he is going to, our government is going to give 13,000 crores for this. For what it is going to give, it would be equipping crafts people with the technology and to augment their skills for the modern market. So this is the thing. So just know this Vishwakarma scheme. The scheme aims to enhance the accessibility and quality of products and services offered by the traditional artsmen and crafts. The scheme offers collateral-free enterprise development loans. Very important. These are collateral-free loans. No need to keep anything as surety. This is the thing, and how much they are giving, not important. Next, there will be some incentives in the interest rate. A concessional interest rate of 5% will be charged from the beneficiary, with subvention of cap of 8% to be paid by MSME. This is also important, guys. So have a look at it. The credit guarantee will be borne by the union government. So all these are important. Through this, what they wanted to promote, vocal for local or the local items. So the scheme is very, very important. They might ask these type of questions in UPSC, PM Vishwakarma scheme. So this is the thing that you have to remember. Next one. UN should be prepared for reforms, says Jaishankar. Very important. Our External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, says that United Nations Security Council should be ready for the reforms, because today you have United Nations Security Council facing some challenges. This is overrepresented from the north compared to the global south. As a result, the global south are asking for reforms, and India is pioneer in asking for these reforms. They are asking that the vote share has to be distributed equally furthermore, and the veto powers has to be given equally to every country, or at least one country from every continent. Next, India should get something more from this G20. This is what Jaishankar, or this is what India has been demanding for years, and they should be prepared for the reforms. So this is one article. Please go through it. This will be helping you. Activists raise concerns over the bills for appointing Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioner. Now we have discussed this enough. Chief Election Commissioner in India has been set by the Supreme Court to be allotted by a committee consisting of the Prime Minister, the Chief Justice of India, the opposition leader. But recently the Parliament of India has passed one act bringing down or diluting the Supreme Court's verdict, saying that the Chief Justice of India is not necessary in these appointments. As a result, the activists, political activists, are concerned over these bills, right? Because it is diluting the norms for appointment. The rest of the things is not that important. Chief Minister is bound duty to reply to Governor queries. So this is what they are saying. If you are interested, you can read. Otherwise, not important. Shantiniketan finds its place on UNESCO's World Heritage List, guys. So this is very important. What is UNESCO's World Heritage Site? This they can ask in culture. So this is prelims question. UNESCO's World Heritage Site, Heritage List. What are the objects, or what are the important monuments that India had in its World Heritage List? That is important, that you have to look. Final meet of G20 framework meeting of group today, not important. Cheetah project on the right path of success, 8 Swiftaway in Madhya Pradesh because of the so-called pond embankment caves. Next, in the money wise, study abroad with the travel cover income. So they are giving some investment options, or how to save money whenever you are going abroad. Military leaders of Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso sign a mutual defense pact. So please remember this. Look at they don't ask for UPSC mains, but they can ask Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Where are these countries present in Africa? Have a look at that. They can ask a question about which among the following countries have entered into mutual defense pact recently. European Union chief promises a plan of action as migrants float to Italian islands. So migration crisis is one of the worst crises that the world has been seeing. As a result, European Union is seeing for some solutions in this. So just remember the heading. 14 killed in a plane crash in Brazil's Amazon. Chinese police detains some person, not important, leave it. So India has won the Asia Cup title. So this is the thing. Just remember that. Nothing more than enough. That is more than enough. Next one. Next one is, let's go for the so-called science page. Cats are hunting down India's birds. Are we paying attention? Leave it. Project Cheetah, very good article. Those who are reading this newspaper in online edition, this is a must to read article, guys. Project Cheetah, a year on. How many cheetahs are there under the currently? What are the cheetahs allowed to have? Whether they are allowed to go in the wild very freely? What are the reasons for the death of the cheetahs that we have seen recently, and what are the conservation challenges, and what are the things that conservationists can do? So it has been 1 year since the project Cheetah has been launched. Have a look at this. This is going to help you in writing some answers. Why is the government pushing for regulatory mechanisms for OTT services? We already have studied this in internal security aspects. Was the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India asking opinions selectively for banning OTT services such as WhatsApp, Facebook, etc.? Telecom service providers calling for regulation will go ban against the net neutrality. What exactly is net neutrality and how this TROI is going to push it? So these are the things that are important. So in internal security, anyhow, you'll study this, so no need to go through it, but Project Cheetah, please look at it. So these are the things that you have in today's newspaper. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.